Good morning, everyone. Let's begin with the today's lecture with the communication and the process of communication. Now let's see what's communication. Normally, communication is a process of passing information, emotions, thoughts, etc. to one person to another. So there are so many definitions of communication. Something like communication is a process of passing information is a one of the definition. Another is communication is any behavior that results in an understanding. Now what is any behavior? That can be any act which can be verbal, non-verbal, can be colors, can be signs, can be codings. For example, when we travel, we see the signals red, blue, and green. So what they indicate? Red indicates stop, green indicates go, yellow indicates slow. They communicate with us. Even road signs like you can see narrow bridge, school ahead, or so many road signs like no parking. We see and we understand something. Like colors do communicate. Even the colors based on the caste, based on the country flags, we understand so many things. So that's communication. So we have colors, we have facial expressions, we have styles, setting, that everything communicates with us. Even the dressing sense will communicate person is educated or not educated. So communication is any behavior like winking the eyes or making eyes bigger are the communications. So let's see the communication cycles, how it begins and where it starts. Communication begins with the sender. Sender is a person who begins the communication. It can be human being, can be machine. For example, in the morning, alarm starts at 5, 5:30, 6, depends on the time, and you get up. There is communication between your mobile and you. There can be communication between human to human. For example, I speak, you understand, is a human communication. So there can be communication between human machine, machine. Even two machines can communicate. For example, let's see your auto starts machines or automatic machines. So you give the ring to your auto switch machine, and machine will start your motors or stop your motors. Like you can say water pump is a machine to machine communication. So communication process begins with the sender or sender's mind. Suppose sender is a person, it begins in his mind, in his brain. So you decide what to speak in the brain, whom to speak, how to speak, everything is decided in the brain. Let's see some examples. Like when you want to speak with somebody, you decide your listener, whom should I speak, and then you think what language I should speak, what coding should I speak in verbal, non-verbal communication, and then you manage everything in your brain, and then you begin. It's very difficult to transfer from the source or mind to the language because mind understands emotions and you understand language. Something like computer understands binary, and you type in English, Marathi, Hindi, computer won't understand, will understand only binary. Same way brain understands emotion and we understand language. So we try to convert our emotions into language, and it's quite difficult. Many times we say what happens I don't understand, or I don't express what I mean, I cannot express because emotions do not get translated into languages many times. So that is one of the drawback, one of the problem where we speak with others. When we transfer our thoughts, emotions into a code, I don't say language, I say code. Why code? Because language can be English, can be Hindi, can be Marathi, but non-verbal cannot come under language. So when you bigger your eyes, when you make eyes your big, so people will understand somebody is angry. So can I say, or smiling to somebody, smiling is a kind of communication, but it is not a language. So you have to say it code. or maybe like people from underworld, or where people don't have their language, they communicate with the help of some sounds. So sounds cannot be called a language. Sounds are codes. People have the sacred languages, sacred codes, or code is a something which is understood by sender and receiver. So we say code. So sender encodes the message. What you encode is a message, and message has a medium. Now what is a medium? Suppose you type a message and send it to somebody. It's mobile. Mobile is a medium. Or you can use WhatsApp as a medium, or you can use email as a medium to send your message from you to somebody, your receiver. So encoding and decoding are the problematic area when one encodes something and other decodes. Every word, every code in any language has multiple meanings. So when you say multiple meanings, it does mean can be interpreted in a different ways, can be right, can be wrong. So that's decoding is a slightly difficult to the listener, to the receiver. Receiver decodes, understands, and receiver gives the feedback. And that feedback, once you get the feedback, you understand whether communication is successful or not. Otherwise, communication is not successful. One-way communication is not at all communication. It has to be two-way. Okay, with this I'll stop here. See you in the next lecture.